Jim for the Metal Gods Meltdown, and today I have the pleasure to be joined by.
I'm Mikael Popovic, or Pope, from the band Year of the Goat.
It's great to be chatting to you today. The album gets released on the 12th of September. Are you getting mega stoked or a bit anxious waiting for release date?
It's been a while since the last album, so we're, I think, a bit of both, stoked and anxious. So,
Cool.
and maybe a little. It's a bit scary too, but we're getting some really good feedback now, so we're starting to calm down.
Yeah,
So
that's what I was going to ask next. Is like, what's the feedback been like then from your fans and people that never really heard of you guys before? There might be a few out there. What's the general feedback been like? Good.
there are many who haven't heard of us before, but we've gotten good, really nice feedback. Also, we're always seeing people writing that, oh, I haven't heard these guys before. Oh, it's really good. And also, German rock magazine Rock Hard
Hmm.
had us as album of the month now
Wow.
this month. So that was cool. We're above some of our childhood idols. So
Cool.
that I never thought that would happen, but it did. So
Amazing.
that was nice. Yeah.
So the album dances with serpents and goddesses. What ancient truths or personal demons did you summon?
Oh, uh, I would say we found out a lot about ourselves. I think
Uh-huh.
this is the first time we've sort of taken a lot of discussion around themes that we never maybe really dig into. This time, after a while, it turned into a more female thing.
Hmm.
Uh, and with things happening now, you can see a lot in the US, especially with the Christian nationalists, and they're with a Project 2025 and stuff like that. They're kind of turning. It looks like they're trying to make a Handmaid's Tale happen for real over there. So
Hmm.
uh, it's been part of our thoughts somehow. So it turned into more of the female part. Uh, we got mothers, sisters, lovers, friends
Yeah.
that we consider equal. So
Hmm.
it's kind of weird when people start talking in such, to us, ancient terms of submissive women and male superiority or something like that. So
Yeah.
we kind of went into that, and we haven't really talked about it. I think all of us has been. It's been well. I don't know the word in English. Sorry,
All right.
but it's like an everyday thing. We don't talk about it, but it's like you sort of think that everybody thinks the same way. And then we
Right.
started talking about it. I was kind of relieved that, okay, we have pretty much the same idea here in the band. So I think we got to know each other better. I think that's a thing, a deep, dark truth that sort of came out.
Cool. So are we like the Queen of Zamagrad? Is that a metaphor or a muse or a memory?
Oh, the Queen of Zamagad is often portrayed as Lilith, and Lilith is like the symbol of uh, like female liberation, I would say. The
Yeah.
myth says she's Adam's first wife and who didn't submit, so she was done
Yeah.
with and turned into like the demon or uh, the harlot.
Uh-huh.
And then Eve was created from Adam to be the submissive one to it. So the Queen of Samagad is somewhat a celebration of that, I think.
Cool. So do you see then your music, especially on this album, as a ritual, rebellion, or a revelation?
I love the alliteration.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, I would say somewhat of a revelation.
Hmm.
I think maybe it's all.
Yeah.
Uh, it's been a journey where we have, like I said before, we have found out a lot about ourselves. We have evolved, I think, as well, since we take on these matters and have to sort of think about where we stand. We all have somewhat different worldviews, I would say, but we're kind of in the that where people would call the darker places, but we consider them rather light places.
Hmm.
So it's a hard question to answer. I was so taken by the alliteration.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right.
Yeah, but I think it's a very much a revelation.
Your country's got a lot of folk and myth and folklore. Have you drawn from those inspirations as well?
Yeah, it's sort of. There is a we dug into like the witch trials around
Mm.
here, and then of course we have to go to other places and look. But we had an episode here in Sweden in the 1600s where it was a couple of boys. They probably had some disagreement with some woman, and they started bad mouthing her, probably,
Yeah.
and it turned into a witch thing, and then it escalated and within only a short period, a couple of years, I think there were like 200. It just went too far, of course.
Yeah.
They tried to stop it, and then in the end, those boys were found killed in the woods.
Right.
So people were not so happy about it. I live not too far away from a place where they uh, burnt a witch, and there is a myth about her grabbing, I think it was the priest, who pulling him to her
Right.
and saying something to him, and it stuck with him forever, and he became so dedicated in finding witches all around here, so these parts. So,
Right.
but that is probably a myth and never really happened, but it's a nice story. So we let our minds play with those things for the lyrics that have a more theme around centered around witches, I would
Cool.
say.
So I'm a big fan of artwork. Can you tell us a little bit about the artwork for the album, and what does it actually signify for you?
Yeah, we pretty early we realized that the trivia goddess or Hecate, like mother of witches, would be at the center of it all, so to speak. So uh, we gave an artist, Mattias, who's singer of a band called Helgd. It's a Swedish word, Helgd,
Right.
who's also an artist. So he got into it, and that's why you see like a horse, a hound, and a snake in there as well, because they are symbols of Hecate. So we gave him pretty much free hands and read up on the symbolism, and we think he did a really nice job. And the eyes are so they pierce through you somehow,
Yeah.
I
It's
think.
good. Good to know it's not AI as well. It's good to know that. Yeah.
No, he actually he did our last album as well, and that was he was doing like an Eastern Orthodox icon thing, and he's painting the stuff. It's an actual painting, and then he digitalize it and start working with
Yeah.
it.
Cool.
So that's for real.
Yeah.
That's live.
So do you plan to have like the artwork framed at home?
Oh, he's got the originals,
Yeah.
I think, but we have. I think for the last album, we have a copy somewhere that was framed for a photo shoot. I don't know, it's somewhere, but
Right.
that is definitely he's been thinking about making prints of them because he still has the main copyright, even though we have the right to use them
Hmm.
as well. So, but I think that's a good idea. He should do that. I would buy one.
I would buy one too, definitely. Yeah, I love stuff like that.
Yeah.
So is the album coming out on digital? Obviously, is it coming out on vinyl, CD, cassette? Do you know what formats it's coming out on?
I don't think it's coming on cassette, but there will be CDs. We have gotten the ones we are bringing along for tours and so. And I think we got the vinyls as well. So we have a special band edition that is glow in the dark green, and it's a double. So if you look
Yeah.
at the cover, she's got green eyes. So
Right.
if you place these on a table in a dark room or on the floor, it's her eyes there in the
That's
room.
cool. That's
Yeah,
cool.
it's absolutely gorgeous.
Especially
And
if you
then,
smoke, especially if you're sort of smoking something. I don't do drugs, but if you're into all of that and you're looking at that, fair enough.
or if you happen to just stumble and get like in the woods and get one of
Yeah.
those white dotted mushrooms in your face, that might help
Yeah.
you too. Yeah,
That might happen.
Viking style.
Totally. Totally. All right.
No, but the label has got. I think they have a couple of different types. Also, I think there's a red one and maybe
Cool.
some sort of splatter one. I don't
Right.
remember. But,
On release day, then, do you plan to have a release party and maybe live stream it if you do?
we haven't talked about live streaming, but we really should talk about it because
Yeah.
it's about 2 weeks until
Mm,
it's the Saturday the 13th. We will have a like a release party here in our hometown in
right.
Sweden. And then we will do the weekend after. We will do Stockholm, Gothenburg, and Jönköping in Sweden as well. And we consider those like release dates
Mm,
as well.
cool.
If we had a chance to choose, we would pick like every European major
Cool.
cities to have like a release party. But we're not quite there uh, popularity wise, or maybe people will come if we invited them for free, but we cannot really afford that.
I know everything's so pricey as well at the moment. Are there plans then to get over to maybe England, UK if possible?
If possible, we will definitely do it. We've been
Right.
to. We were supposed to play in London once. There
Right.
is it the Underground or something like
Yeah.
that? But it was moved to Bristol, and
Right.
in a way, it was good that it was moved because one of our followers from Wales, he was able to come,
Right.
and we had been in contact since like the first things we released.
Hmm.
And sadly, he passed away during the COVID thing. So
Right.
it was nice to meet him before that.
What's the
Yeah,
craziest thing then as a band that's ever happened to you when you guys have been out on tour?
I should have somebody else with a memory. Yeah.
All right
Uh,
then. Or have you had like a fan give you anything really strange, like goat inspired?
no, we got in a place in Germany, Lichtenfels. We got they were trying to be funny to put goat cheese in the backstage area. Like there was a lot of goat cheese there, and none of us likes it.
You
No,
not?
I'm not really into it. But in Switzerland, I was kidding with. We have a few really close fans who have been with us. There are
Yeah.
a couple of hundred from different parts of the world, and we
Yeah.
have a special group on social media with them. So when we had our first and only show in Switzerland, I was joking about like Swiss chocolate and like you do,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
bring a watch. But he brought a bunch of the Swiss chocolate for
Right.
us. That was really nice of him. I was just kidding, and then, are you for real? So
So it has been a while then since your previous album. What's been happening in between? What have you been up to as a band?
we were ready to go out on the road and promote that album. We had tours booked with the band Lucifer,
Hmm.
and we were ready to go with. I think we had shows planned for Britain as well.
Yeah.
Uh, so we were ready to go out on the road with them. And I think we had Britain and a bunch of European stops. I think it was a 2 week thing, shows every day, a couple of shows in Sweden. Then COVID hit,
Mm.
and yeah, we lost a few members. The shows and festivals were postponed, so we started rehearsing with the new members, and then it was postponed again. Another member left. We started
Right.
rehearsing to get that member ready to go for the shows, and then we just, in plain French, said "fuck it" and
Yeah.
started working uh, on a new album.
Cool.
Then we got a call, and we're asked to make the soundtrack for a Finnish movie called Heavier Trip in English.
Right.
Uh, I I will not try to pronounce the Finnish name.
Right.
But so we worked with that for a while, and it was done in February of the soundtrack was done in February of 2024. So that's when we really started putting the work into the album.
Cool.
So we had written a few songs before, and we're kind of ready with like a lot of riffs and so forth, but we hadn't really worked on it together. And so when we finally started working, it didn't take that long. It took about a year to have it recorded and mixed and mastered. So.
Awesome. So then how do you like balance the theatrical with the authentic, especially when fans expect mystique?
Sometimes I don't think we are that theatrical, but maybe we are. I think especially music-wise, we can be kind of dramatic.
Yeah.
And I think we nourish a dream of making some of the stuff. It would be nice to see it on a stage like a musical, rock opera. Some things you feel like, wow, this could really work that way. It'd be rather dramatic, but I don't really know how we do it. We sort of somehow reality and fiction mixes our thoughts, and we are trying. We're looking at things as if they're analogous to each other. Like, well, this can be like we watched the movie Alucarda and got inspired for that song, but for us, it took us to like a German girl in the 70s who died from exorcisms, Anneliese Michel, and we started mixing up those things, and the movie, the fiction, becomes the symbolism of something in reality that sort of touches us and makes us feel something, I think. Yeah, I have just the first one that comes to mind, because and my reasons might be really off. The first album is Kiss Alive, because it's like the first album I was really taken by, and just run over by. I was really young when I heard it.
Yeah, same.
And you know the feeling.
Yeah,
and you're sitting there and you're going like, what? And you look at the album cover, and you see the makeup, and you see everything, and you go like, what the who? And so, and then most of these are from my childhood. I have a cousin in Germany, and behind the head end of his bed, there was the biggest Motorhead poster I've ever seen. Right. It was the Ace of Spades cover, and I was a child, so it was the coolest thing I had ever seen. So when I was 12, I think, I bought the album, and at first I thought, wow, this is really hard. But then I started to like it even more and more. But the reason Ace of Spades is because of the album cover. Yeah. I was also once again knocked out. Okay. And then when I was a bit older, a band with a Scottish poet, Marillion, entered my life. Misplaced Brilliant. Childhood. Fantastic. A friend of mine listened to it and said, you should really listen to this. So I bought it. Didn't have a lot of money back then, so it was like maybe once a month, once every other month, I could buy a vinyl and an album, and I would come home every day and listen to it and sit and read the lyrics and
fantastic album.
Really know every in and out of it. So I did that for maybe 2 years. So that was in my first real like a theme album sort of feeling. You feel like everything is connected somehow. Yeah. I think that shaped me in many ways.
Superb albums, honestly. Yeah.
That's really tough.
Sorry.
B.B. King, I would say. Yeah. There's some exceptional joy there in his playing, and I'm not sure I could play with the Lemmy. My ears would probably bleed. Uh, I wouldn't mind jamming Manic Depression with Jimi Hendrix. I would really like that
Cool.
if I could play the bass. In Year of the Goat, I play the keyboards, but I would love to play the bass with Jimi Hendrix for just one jam.
Amazing. What are the three must
Three
takes?
essential items.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can it be people?
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay. My son over there
all
is the
right.
first item.
All right.
He's watching YouTube.
All right. Okay.
Um, so and being creative,
Right.
making music, it can be a thing too. I think
Yeah, too. True.
it's an item to me.
Yeah.
Me and making music is an item, uh, and then he's pointing at my cell phone. I couldn't be without it. He's probably right. But
Okay.
of course, it's music, and the creativity is, of course, there. So
Absolutely.
maybe music and creativity and my son. That's probably the three.
Great answers. What about three countries that he'd love to tour but have never had the chance to go to? Yeah.
Oh, I would love to tour in like Britain, all of it. I
Hmm.
also like the whole island. Also go to Ireland and Scotland.
Yeah.
Um, so and to because it's a very the landscape is very different from like south to north all the way
It
up to
is.
Scotland. We've only been to Bristol, went in, went out, went home. I would
Right.
love that because of that. I have played with another band years ago in Japan, but we only did stuff in Tokyo. I would like to see more of the country there, I
Uh-huh.
think. And other than that, I'm not sure. I'm happy if they'll take us. So maybe South America somewhere
Brilliant.
would be. We've had a lot of listeners in Mexico. That would be cool too.
Have you got like a lot of? Yeah, I was going to say about Japan. You probably got a lot of fan base there as well, have you? Or
Yeah, we don't have. I wouldn't say we have a lot of followers or anything like that, but you can see some statistics sometimes that sometimes Mexico is sticking out and
yeah,
sometimes somewhere else.
cool.
And Canada maybe I would love to go because maybe it's more similar to Sweden.
Yeah.
I like it at home.
On a 24-hour road trip, which musician's going to be in your car with you for 24 hours, dead or alive?
I'm sorry, it's going to have to be my band members because I'm sure I can handle them for a
All right.
24-hour ride. I have done that.
Okay.
It's not a lot of fun, but I can be sure. But
Okay.
if I were to really pick some, I think Ozzy for the entertainment,
Yeah.
probably.
The stories.
That could be a lot of fun and stories. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. Uh,
Totally.
it's so hard. And also another great storyteller is Lemmy, of course. Um,
Yeah.
uh, I was sitting at the Rainbow Bar and Grill in Hollywood, but he was sitting at one table and I was sitting at another, both with a lady acquaintance
Right.
eating pizza, and we
Yeah.
were like guys just looking at each other. Like
Yeah. So
you
cool.
in the U.S., they kind of just recognize each other's being there, like what's
Yeah.
up,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
American thing. So we did that, and I felt like it's Lemmy, man, it's Lemmy, and I
Yeah.
tried to play cool, and I think I did. I don't want to bother anybody.
No, of course not. Of course not. That must have been amazing for you. All right. So, if your personality were a made-up song, what would the title be?
Chatterbox,
Yeah, good answer.
probably.
Good answer. Okay, this is the question I've needed to remember. So, is Satan real?
No,
Let's create a song. Satan is real.
Satan is real. Yeah,
Yeah,
it depends what you mean. If you mean Satan like a capitalized as a
with
name, or
horns.
Satan as the concept of the accuser. It's like
Yeah.
Old Testament, New Testament.
Yeah. All right. So, do you prefer a festival or a small intimate gig when you're playing live?
I like the dynamics of variation. So I would like we did one year, we played one day in a German festival called Summer Breeze. Then we drove for a long time to Tilburg, where they usually have the Roadburn Festival, but we played a small, teeny tiny club called Little Devil, and it was excellent. So I like the difference there.
Cool.
A small club can be the best thing ever.
Okay.
And also playing at a festival and you see all the people and they stay through the whole thing and they enjoy it, and that's great.
Cool. Okay, so now you're trapped in a studio with one mic, one candle. What song do you cover to survive the night?
Vic Chestnut, Coward.
All right, and then the final one is ABBA or Meatballs.
In Sweden, we have a brand making herring fillets called Abbas. So,
do you?
Yeah.
All right.
So I usually say whenever I go into the store, "Oh, I didn't know they made herring fillets as well." No, meatballs.
Finally, then, can you tell us why we should check out your new album?
We put a lot of love into it. I think it's the best album we've done so far, and we got help from the great Tom Dalgetty around your parts for the mixing, and he's did a great job of it. I think it's the best we've done, and it sounds the best sound so far. The others are really interesting and nice albums. We love them, but we feel like we're moving forward. So I think check it out. You might like it.